Ladies and gentlemen, a very pleasant good afternoon to you. We are live at the main gym at Kapaun Mt Carmel Catholic High School, where this afternoon the Grizzlies will take on the hosting Kapaun Mt Carmel Crusaders in a Greater Wichita Athletic League basketball contest. Glad to have you aboard. We are currently wrapping up the girls contest, and we'll give you an update here on the scoreboard. Grizzlies currently lead by a dozen with a couple of minutes remaining in that game. Ignore the time on the clock. It is on your screen. Actually, it's not right. I'm going to clear that off here so we don't confuse the world. So the boys contest, we'll be getting started a little bit late today because the girls contest ran over due to a lot of stoppages. Been a lot of fouls in the contest. 17 fouls just in this half between the two teams. So a lot of whistle blowing here in the girls contest this afternoon, but a well-played contest by your Grizzlies. And we're going to get up here to the camera. My crew isn't here yet, so I don't have a camera person up here yet, but we're going to show you we'll show you the last 2 minutes of the game and call it as we go here as best we can. Now I'm doing the work of three people. Kapaun inbounding the ball. Don't have their rosters, so I can't give you any names here. Kapaun in white, Grizzlies in blue. And a held ball called. Possession arrow belongs to the Grizzlies, so they'll take it. 2:26 remaining now in the fourth. And again, the Grizzlies leading by a dozen, 34-22. So you get a little bonus coverage here in our countdown to tip-off. Stay with us. We'll have head coach Brian Chadwick's pregame interview coming along here after the conclusion of the girls' contest. This is a pretty nice facility to be in here for basketball. Lends itself very well for webcasting, and no one knows it more than I because I helped design it. So we hope you enjoy the coverage of the boys' contest here this afternoon and this early evening. Substitution coming in now for the Grizzlies. And the second free throw upcoming after the initial miss. This one is good. Actually, the first one was good as well, the update of the scoreboard. And the lead is now 14. And another foul by the Grizzlies this time. And both teams in the bonus, so they'll be shooting free throws from here on out. This is a 1-and-1 opportunity for the... Actually, it's a double bonus opportunity for Kapaun. First one's good. Girls basketball still one of the hardest sports in the world to call because of hair. You can't see the numbers on their backs if they have long hair. So I have no idea who that is shooting the free throws. She made them both, though. Cuts the lead back to a dozen. Grizzlies have called a timeout here. So we'll just keep it right here for a minute and visit with you and, again, welcome you wherever you are on planet Earth to the World Wide Web, for today's webcast. My name is Kevin Arkin. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'm looking forward to doing as many as 15 of these contests during the regular season. That includes some home and some away. And we're going to go through the schedule with you here at the conclusion of this game before we go to our interview with head coach Brian Chadwick. want to congratulate the Northwest Grizzly boys on their big win last night at Bishop Carroll. First time they've won at Carroll in a long, long time. And they came from 9 points down in the fourth quarter to do it, outscoring the Golden Eagles 17-4 in the fourth quarter just last night. Grizzlies will inbound the ball after the timeout, looking for help, and they call 5 seconds, or did they give him a timeout? They called 5 seconds. I take it back. They called a foul on one of the Kapaun players. Young miss number 32. Again, we don't have their rosters. Both teams will now be shooting in the double bonus the rest of the way here. 37-24, Northwest leads. Boys will be hoping to even their record at 2-2 today at the expense of the Crusaders in the second round of this weekend's Holy War on the road. And yet another foul called here. This is why I don't run camera, folks. Kapaun at the line shooting a pair. And she makes them both. 38-26 to score. There's a breakaway for Northwest and an easy layup. And 2 minutes to go here in the fourth. Northwest gets the steal at midcourt, and Kapaun turns right around, steals it back. Three-pointer no good. Out to the perimeter it comes. And another three-pointer. That one's short. Rebounded by the Grizzlies, and here comes Northwest right back. Again, if you just joined us expecting the boys game, this is the fourth quarter of the girls contest here at Kapaun Mt. Carmel between your Grizzlies and the Crusaders. Girls contest running a little longer than anticipated and is running into our allotted program slot. So we're giving you a little bit of bonus coverage. That basket made it 43-26 Grizzlies now. And the Grizzlies have this one under control. Nice basket that time by the Crusaders. And we're inside a minute. And a foul. And we'll be shooting free throws here with 38 seconds remaining in the contest. This is the first basketball game webcast in a long, long time here for Northwest High. The Grizzly TV network, the fledgling network, was launched several years ago, and they couldn't make it go. Tremendous commitment of time and material to make these things go. And they just were unable to do it. So we're glad to resurrect it here. Although this does follow on the heels of the soccer webcast program at Northwest, which we initiated last year. And happy to do it. Kapaun in trouble here. And she finally gets it passed out. Three-pointer in and out. Rebounded by the Grizzlies. 16 to go now. This should wrap it up. I cannot imagine Kapaun intentionally fouling here. And that's it. They're running it out. Almost had an over and back turnover there. And that'll do it. Final score, the girls 44 to 28. 44 to 28, Grizzlies win in the girls contest. And now we can genuinely welcome you to the Countdown to Tip-Off program. Prior to the boys contest. And one of the things you'll learn quickly about webcasting here, folks, is that this is not NBC, so there'll be two freshman boys up here with me, I'm told, and they will be doing this for the first time for them, so it is a learning experience. This is a classroom event for those boys. So don't be surprised if you hear that accordingly. We'll be talking about, I'll be giving instruction to the kids as we go forward. And the clock on your screen is the clock ticking down to the, it was the clock ticking down to the start of the introductions. They have since stopped it and reset it at 20 for reasons known only to them. Now they're running it again, and we will do the same. Okay, so anyway, what I was talking about earlier, folks, this is an opportunity as you see your Grizzlies take the court to warm up, and behind them come the Crusaders. This is an opportunity for the basketball program to get worldwide attention. No matter where you are on the planet, any game that is being webcast, you can see on the World Wide Web. You can either see it live, as we are doing now. If you're watching this game at 5 o'clock Central Time on Saturday, the 9th of December, we are live. If you're not watching, if you're watching this and at some other time or some other date, you're watching a podcast. And every game will be podcast so that you can go back and watch it again later. Or if you're unable to watch it live, you can watch it for the first time live, or watch it for the first time, on the webcast, on the podcast, excuse me. The old mouth just ain't working. So either way, it's available for you. And we encourage you to watch, and we encourage you to tell your friends as well. We have a Facebook page for the webcast. I'm told that it's accessible also from the basketball Facebook page, that there's a link to the webcast page. And the webcast page will have all of the games, direct links to the game, like the one you just found. Now, in fact, I really ought to, I think while I'm talking here, I'm going to re-invite everyone through my own Facebook page, which one can do. So I will do that. But if you click at Grizzly Basketball, you'll find it. Pretty easy to find. Miss Chadwick.
Yes, I got two people right here to work with you.
Stay right here, folks. Don't go anywhere. What's your name, son?
Greg Darnell.
Greg, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I recognize you. Yeah, come on up. Folks, the instruction begins now. Watch your step, boys. All right, we have Andrew Fisher. And tell me your name again, I'm sorry.
Greg?
Yes. Greg Darnell?
Yes.
Is that what you said? Greg Darnell and Andrew Fisher are going to be the crew today. And we're glad to have you both. Okay, I'm Kevin Arkin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You I've met. Okay, here's the deal, boys. One of you is going to be on the computer. One of you is going to be on the camera, and I don't care which. Okay? If you're on the computer, what you're going to be doing is basically running a scoreboard on the computer that will go out over the internet with the pictures that are coming out of the camera. If you're running the camera, all you got to do, this is the place to grab it right here, and all you do is move it right to left wherever the ball goes. Okay? So you guys can figure out. And if you want to switch at halftime, that's fine. If you want, one of you wants to do it. And in fact, I suggest you do that. That way you both get a chance to do both things, and you both learn more that way. Okay? So you figure out who's going to do what. Meantime, we're already live. Okay, this is already going out. And we're going to do a coach's interview here in about 3 minutes. But I got... Huh?
How often do we do score updates?
Every time somebody scores a basket, you're going to punch it in. Every time there's a timeout, you start and stop the clock. When there's a timeout, you'll reduce the number of timeouts. Okay, it's an actual scoreboard like that one, only it'll be on the screen. I'll show it to you. It's not hard. You just have to pay attention. Okay. Let's see here. I need to do something here. I need to go to, which one of these is basketball? That one. Come on. Whoop. Say what?
There's no N on the board.
Well, we got to fix that. Now, but I should have done, I didn't do. I'm going to exit that. I'm going to do it over because I need the link. Recognize that guy? What you have here, hang on a second. All right, while we're doing some instruction here up in the booth, we're going to go ahead and send you live to the coach's pregame show here on the countdown to tip-off. So stay with us. Here comes the pregame show and head coach Brian Chadwick.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is the Northwest Grizzlies basketball pregame show. A look at past contests and a preview of today's game with head boys basketball coach Brian Chadwick. And now, here's the coach.
And our countdown to tip-off continues with the coach's pregame show, and we are joined by head coach Brian Chadwick. Coach, first of all, welcome, and here we are. It's a brand new year.
Hey, thank you. I really appreciate it, and we're ready for a great year.
We're on our fourth game in. This is our first webcast of the year. As far as I know, this is the first webcast ever of a Northwest basketball game. You can correct me if I'm wrong with that. But whether it's the first or not, hopefully it's the first of many, and I'm looking forward to a great season of Grizzly basketball.
They did some of my first year with our Grizzly TV, and it didn't really work out well. So we're glad to partner up with you, Kevin, and really try to do a lot of these.
Okay, let's talk about you. Tell us everything we need to know about Coach Chadwick.
Well, I'm 46. I have 5 children, a wonderful wife, Joanna Chadwick, who's famous.
She sure is.
I started my career coaching girls basketball at Wichita Heights back in 1994. And then I got lucky and partnered up with Joe Hour. And we had a great career over there, won 4 state titles. Coach track with a wonderful guy, Steve Crosley. Had some really incredible track athletes. And I'm a graduate of Heights, so it was kind of me being the old boy there. So
come home time.
Yeah. And then 2014, I decided to change careers. I was a custodian for 20 years, and I decided to become a teacher. So I got my special ed master's, and I'm a teacher, and I got lucky and got the Northwest job, a dream job for me.
So you're in special ed here?
Right now I'm the building sub, but yes, I have a special ed degree.
So if I mention the name Art Shook, you would know that name?
Yes, I do. Art Shook is one of my good friends in the department chair.
Great assistant soccer coach here at Northwest High, and that but because I know him, I had to throw that out.
No problem at all. His son, actually, Gabe, is in our freshman program.
Well, that's great. Glad to hear that as well. Let's talk about your players now, if we can. Tell us about your seniors first of all.
Our seniors, Jalen Smith and Javen Dixon, are our 2 top seniors. Jalen is a multi-sport athlete. He played safety and corner for the football team, and they did a great job. He's also ran track here, and Jalen has been playing in the program for 4 years. He's played some freshman. When he was a freshman, he started maybe 1 or 2 games, and he's always been just a big part of our program. He's the leader of our team. He's goofy, but it's Jalen.
They're boys. What do you expect?
Yeah, exactly. Javen Dixon has been in our program for 4 years also. Our 6'5" post player, but who can go out to the perimeter and knock down threes. Javen has been a stable person in our program also. Kamarion Thompson and Jordan Trotter have been in our program for 4 years. Those are 2 seniors also, and they have just earned their way up, playing through the freshman, sophomore, and JV teams. And then we got lucky. We had another senior, Marquise Wilson, who came with us last year and really showed us some promise, and he's on the team also.
Very good. You've got some good senior leadership, it sounds like.
Yes, we do. We really do.
Team started off a little slowly, dropping their first 2, but a nice win last night at Bishop Carroll.
Yes, that's our rival, and we haven't beat them since I've been here. So it was good for us to get that monkey off of our back. We were down 9 and fought back and really outscored them in the fourth quarter 17-5.
That is a big comeback indeed. So I know the kids had to be up after that game.
Yes, they were. And they were, they wanted to prove to everybody that they're not as bad as everybody was trying to say. They struggled the first 2 games, but we're coming back. We're playing hard. We played great defense. We out-rebounded them 29-17, and we had 13 offensive rebounds. So they proved that we can be tough.
The second half of the Holy War is today at Kapaun Mt. Carmel. 2 road games in the Holy War, if you will. What do you anticipate from the Kapaun squad today?
The Kapaun squad's scrappy. Always. John Cherney always has his team ready to play. They're going to do all kind of defenses. They're going to throw everything at you. We have to be mentally tough tonight because coming off of a game last night and then having to play another one is tough. And then going to Kapaun makes it even worse. So we have to be mentally tough, ready for everything, and just make our easy shots.
I don't even know. I forgot to look. Did Kapaun play last night?
Kapaun did not play last night, so I'm pretty sure they were scouting us and getting ready for us.
So they're going to be rested as well. So do you anticipate fatigue might be a factor today at all?
No, not really. I think our boys are ready. We kind of practice through these things and get us ready for our tournament when we go to Topeka and when we make that run to go to state. You have to be able to play back-to-back games. Today I gave them a time to rest. We usually practice from 9 to 11, but I told them to go to sleep, get here by 10. We'll have a shoot around, and we have a plan.
Sounds great. How's the injury status on the team?
Right now, everybody's good. Everybody's playing well. Everybody's no injuries. You know, we still have the football players who have the back problems just because coming from football, going to basketball, body's tired, and we had a great run in football. So our boys, they probably are a little just tired, but everybody's injury free.
And it would be worth it to congratulate the football team on the great run in the tournament this year.
Most definitely. We have Brees Hall, we have Jameer Cups, we have Joey Duncan, we have Jalen Smith, and then we have a number of the freshmen that played also. So we have a lot of their skill players playing for us, and I love that. Having dual sport athletes is incredible, and that's what the college coaches want also.
Wish you the best of luck today against Kapaun Mt. Carmel, and look for a visit before our next webcast, which I believe is on Tuesday.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate the time.
Head coach Brian Chadwick on the countdown to tip-off. We'll be back after this brief timeout for the starting lineups and the play-by-play of today's contest live from Kapaun Mt. Carmel. This is Grizzlies basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies basketball is on the air. Follow your Grizzlies basketball squad on the World Wide Web as they set out in pursuit of another 6A state title. And now, let's go courtside to your host, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Taylor, and a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kapaun Mt. Carmel High School. This is the Coach Herman Jackie Backroad Athletic Complex, the main gym. And this afternoon and this evening, your Northwest Grizzly boys basketball team will take on the Crusaders of Kapaun Mt. Carmel. Once again, my name is Kevin Arkin. I'm joined by our engineer, Greg Darnell, and videographer, Andrew Fisher, bringing you the sights and sounds of this one on the World Wide Web wherever you are. We welcome you. We thank you for joining us as we wrap up our pre-game countdown to tip-off. We got about 3 minutes of warm-up left for the teams. The Grizzlies have yet to come back out from the locker room to take their last warm-ups. We'll go ahead and give you the starters for both teams as we have them now, in case we cannot hear public address announcer Clark Schaefer. We'll start with Kapaun Mt. Carmel, the host school. Number 2, a junior, Jack Barrier, will lead it off. Scott Valentris, a junior, wearing number 10. Also starting, Mitchell Woodward is a senior, wears number 13. Ryan McCulley, a senior, wearing number 15. And 00, Mark Hutton, a senior for the Crusaders. For your Grizzlies, same starting lineup as we've seen the last couple of games. Number 1, a 6'1 senior, Jalen Smith at guard. Number 3, Jameer Cups, a 6'1 guard. He's a junior. Zion Jones is a 6-foot sophomore guard. He wears number 10. Javen Dixon, number 14, a 6'5 senior, playing forward. Brees Hall rounds out your starting lineup, wearing number 23. He's a 6'1 junior. And your Grizzlies are coached by Brian Chadwick. He's assisted by Kyle Smith, Jim Jim Murnaugh, and Marcus James. The Crusaders are coached by John Cherney III. He's assisted by Jim Vanek, Drew Culbertson, Will Hebert, and Tyler Kine. And that's the starting lineups for today. When they do it over the PA, we're going to turn it over to Clark Schaefer and let him do it again for you, rather than try and talk over our friendly host. We want to send a big shout out to John Cherney III, who also serves as Kapaun Mt. Carmel's athletic director, and we sure want to thank him for his hospitality and getting us all set up here in the crow's nest on the catwalk of the main gym. Father Curtis Hecker is the chaplain here at Kapaun Mt. Carmel. He will lead the invocation prior to the game. There will be a Star-Spangled Banner, of course, and then the introduction of the players. We're inside a minute of our warm-up time, so we're going to go ahead and get ready to turn it over. Punch that one right. No, you have to use the mouse for that. Use that mouse. There you go. It goes faster. Click clear. That'll bring that down. Now you can go over and reset that for 8 minutes. Hit stop first. Set that for 8 minutes. Awesome. And when the game starts, you click start, and then that's a toggle switch, and you'll do that on and off all the time. Okay? And if it's within a second or two, a few seconds of the main clock, it's not a problem. You get more than a minute off or something because you forgot, hit stop, reset the time to a few seconds later, let the clock catch up with you, then you restart it. Okay? And here's Clark Schaefer.
Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by Katie Jr. Zoe Randall. It's now time to introduce the next starting lineups. First up is running for the Visitors from Wichita Northwest. Senior guard number 1, Jalen Smith. And please welcome to the floor for Kansas City senior forward, number 0, Mark Hudson. Next up, for the Visitors from Northwest, junior guard number 3, Jameer Cox. And for the Crusaders, junior guard number 2, Jack Barrier. As for the Grizzlies, sophomore guard forward, number 10, Zion Jones. And for KMC, junior forward, number 10, Kapaun Mt. Next up for the Grizzlies, senior forward, number 14, Jaden Dixon. And for the Kapaun Mt, senior forward, number 13, Mitchell Woodward. And the starting line of the Grizzlies, junior guard number 3, Reese Hall. And rounding out the starting line for KMC, senior forward, number 15, Ryan McCulley.
And there you have the introduction of the players for tonight's contest, Grizzlies and Kapaun Mt. Carmel. We are live from the campus of Kapaun Mt. Carmel. Glad to have you with us for this one. Grizzlies come in 1-2 after a huge win last night at Bishop Carroll, coming from 9 points down in the fourth quarter to beat the Golden Eagles. Kapaun Mt. Carmel is 1-1 on the young season. Press that one there. And get ready to start time. Oh, yeah, you're good. Now. And Kapaun wins the tip. Bringing the ball up is Jack Barrier. Over here on the near side. Mark Hutton with it, 0-0. Moving the ball around. And a three-point attempt is in and out. Rebound to the Grizzlies. And here comes Jalen Smith, who got the rebound. And here's our own three-point attempt in and out. And rebounded by Kapaun. That attempt by Zion Jones. Block shot taken back by the Grizzlies, and Jalen Smith brings it down. Still with it, now passes it off to Reese Hall. Hall, top of the key, looking for some help. Dishes it into the paint. Here's a shot, it's short, rebounded by Smith. Smith will bring it out, we'll do it all over again. Smith, up, in and out, no good, rebounded by Kapaun, and now a foul. Fouls on Jalen Smith. First foul of the game for either team. Kapaun Mt. Carmel will bring it in from all the way at the other end. Just underway, no score. Kapaun and Northwest. Crusaders moving the ball around. Barrier has it. Now he dishes it off. Here's a shot up and good. First points of the game are scored by Mark Hutton. Here come the Grizzlies back. And a nice scoop that time by Jameer Cox. And he ties the game at 2. Hutton with the ball, puts it up, bounces around and drops. Hutton has all four Kapaun's points here early on. Jones has it now. Back over here to Smith. Smith in the paint. Tries to put it up. Is fouled as he goes up. He'll shoot a pair from the line. Fouls on Ryan McCulley, number 15 of the Crusaders. That's the team's first. We'll see if Smith can tie it up with a pair here. Nice crowd on hand here for this one. Up it goes, and it's good. Nothing but net that time. And Jalen Smith has his first point of the night. And the second one rims in and out. So he's 1 for 2. It's 4-3 Kapaun. Hutton with the ball now, trying to get it over the timeline, and it's intercepted by Hall. Smith comes and gets the loose ball, goes up, misses everything. It's rebounded by Kapaun, goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Grizzlies. Jalen Smith will inbound it. And there's a long one into the back. Cups has it now. He'll regroup his troops. Cups gives it off to Dixon. Dixon scores. Javen Dixon gets his first 2 points of the game, and Northwest takes the lead now 5-4. Long pass almost picked off. Grizzly defense going for the big play there. McCulley with it. Has it knocked out of his hands. Woodward. Put up that time by Valentis, and he misses it. Have an offensive foul called on Valentis. It'll be an inbound play for the Grizzlies. Just under 5 to go. And McCulley takes a seat. Didn't see who went in for him. I apologize for that. Brees Hall brings it up. Hall out to Cups. Shamir drives, pulls it back out. Jones has it. And a nice play to Brees Hall, and there's a score, and it's 7-4 Grizzlies. Balanced scoring here. All the starters now have scored except for one. There's a long bomb for 3, and it's tied up at 7. Give the 3 that time to Mitchell Woodward. Grizzlies miss. Rebound by Kapaun. Over the end line. It's knocked out of play. It belongs to Northwest on the turnover. And the Grizzlies will inbound. Smith will do so with 4:02 remaining here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, you're watching Grizzly basketball. It's the first quarter. And that's an easy layup that time for Valentis. And Kapaun takes the lead again, 9-7. Smith with it. Over here on the near side to Cups. He sends it back out. Smith with it again. Looking for some help. Now he takes a 3. Oh, nothing but net. It's a 3-pointer for Smith. And it's 10-9 Northwest. Jack Barrier bringing the ball down for Kapaun. Here's a 3-point attempt. Rattled around, in and out. No good. That one off the hands of Woodward. Jones got the rebound. Brees Hall puts it up. Can't make it go. And we have a turnover as the ball went out of bounds on the rebound play. And it will belong to Kapaun. Jones comes out. Kamarian Thompson, number 4, now into the game for your Grizzlies. First substitution for Northwest. On the near side, there's another 3 put up by Barrier. This time it's good. And it's 12-10 Kapaun. And it's starting out as a slugfest, folks. There's a nice job that time by Thompson to get the slop. And he gets an easy lay-in to tie the game. Barrier brings it down for Kapaun. On the near side. Stolen that time on a bad pass, actually, by Northwest. Hall brings it up, dishes it off to Thompson. Thompson scores, give the assist. That time to Brees Hall on the play, and Thompson has 4 points. 14-12, Grizzlies lead. Trying to even their record at 2 by sweeping the Holy War this weekend on the road. Now we have another substitution in for the Grizzlies as Javen Dixon comes out for a breather. There's a long 3, and that's good by Jalen Smith. And Smith has... Don't know how many that is for Smith. I've lost count, but we have a timeout taken by Kapaun. Let's change that to a couple of... You need to minus that one. There you go. There you go. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. We thank you for joining us for the first basketball webcast for Grizzly High School in God only knows how many years. It's been at least 4 years since they ran their trial program. We're going to make this one go this time. And it's being made possible by the dedication of some very astute volunteers, including the 2 gentlemen to my right, engineer Greg Darnell and videographer Andrew Fisher. Kapaun with the ball now, 1.5 minutes to go, trailing Northwest Grizzlies by 5. Smith has 7, by the way. I didn't give you his total count after his 3-pointer. He has 7. I'm going to reset the lineup here for you. They've made some subs here while we were away. We have Smith, Thompson, Trotter, Jordan Trotter, number 15, Hall, number 23, and number 25 is Marquise Wilson on the floor for your Grizzlies. And there's a foul. That's going to go against Jack Barrier, I'm sure. It is. That's his first. It's only the 3rd team foul for Kapaun. Grizzlies have only 2, so it's not a lot of fouling going on here in the first quarter. Unlike the girls' game, which was a foul fest. Grizzly girls won that game, by the way, 44-28. Nice pass underneath, dishes it back out. Smith with it, top of the key, looking for some help. What's he going to do with it? He's going to pull it all the way back out and do it over again. 51 seconds to go now, first quarter. Be a long time to play for 1. Hall with it now. And looks like they are going to play for 1. Head coach Brian Chadwick may be satisfied to get the last shot here if he can do it, or if he gets an open shot to take it. Thompson now has it. Top of the key, being guarded by Barrier. And Thompson is fouled, and that'll be the 4th foul on the Crusaders. That's on Valentis. That's his 2nd foul. Hall with it on the inbound play. 22 seconds remaining. Hall decides to put it up. It's in and out. And here comes Barrier back for Kapaun. Sending it over to McCulley on the near side. McCulley double teamed. And they still get it to him wide open. Mark Hutton wide open on the baseline. Gets the easy lay-in to make it a 3-point game. 1 second to go. And that will not count if it goes, and it does not. And that's the end of the first quarter. And at the end of one, Northwest 17, Kapaun 14. We're going to do this on the fly, folks. Watch this. We're going to take a 30-second timeout here as soon as I can put it up. We'll be back. This is Grizzly basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives.
Okay, you can go ahead and X that out. We're back here for the start of the second quarter. Northwest will inbound the ball. Okay, now what you can do is change the possession arrow to home because the home team will get it now. Kapaun has the arrow. And there's Jalen Smith in and out on the three-pointer, and boy, that's too bad. We could have used that. Rebound by Kapaun. Rebounded by Woodward. Here come the Crusaders back. Barrier has it now. Sends it across to Will Engels, top of the key. Mark Hutton. Back out here to Javen Kennedy. There's a two-pointer and a nice shot that time. Nice touch by Mitchell Woodward to get Kapaun within one. 17-16 now. The Crusaders trail the Grizzlies by one. 5 points now for Woodward to lead all scorers except for Jaden Smith, who has 7. Have another sub here for Kapaun as Jacob Schmitz is coming in for the Crusaders. He'll replace Javen Kennedy. And Kapaun will bring the ball down. Just underway here in the second quarter. Grizzlies by 1. They led by 3 after 1. Score after 1 was 17-14. And give another basket here to the Grizzlies, who scored it when I wasn't looking. But you folks all saw it, thanks to Andrew Fisher. There's a three-pointer that misses the mark. Rebound to Kapaun and a nice lay-in that time. Let's give credit where credit is due. Jacob Schmitz was all over that one. And a steal now by the Crusaders, and they've got a chance to take the lead. Barrier has it. Dishes it off, wide right to Engels. Driving up, ball goes up. The shot does not go in, but there is a whistle on the play and a foul called. Zion Jones guilty of the infraction. That's the third team foul this half for your Grizzlies. And at the line shooting a pair is Will Engels. He just made the first one to tie it up at 19. And he misses the second. Rebound that time goes to Jameer Cups. He'll bring it forward for Northwest. Taken away there by the Crusaders, and now a loose ball on the floor. That may be called a jump ball. It is, and it will go to Kapaun on the possession rule. So Kapaun will inbound. And they'll try and do it all over again. Schmitz with it. Now gives it to Barrier. Barrier passing it inside, and a whistle and a foul on Northwest. I think that's going to be on Cups. It is. That's his first. Fourth team foul of the first half for Wichita Northwest. Each team with 4 now, and each team with 19 points on the scoreboard. Now we have a turnover. No, we have a foul called. I'm sorry. Offensive foul that time on Woodward for Kapaun. And Northwest will get the ball. Bringing it up the court, Brees Hall. looking for some help, dishes it in, and right back to him. Hall now drives in the paint, sends it back out. Cups puts it up, rattles and good. Jameer Cups gets a pair. He has 4 points now, and the Grizzlies lead by a bucket. 5:11 remaining here, first quarter. So glad to have you folks with us on the podcast tonight. We'll talk more about halftime, about what's in store. Hopefully we're going to have a halftime guest up here. I have invited someone very special to me in the Kapaun community to join us at halftime. We're tied at 21. Cups sends it out to Hall. Hall puts a three-pointer up, and it's good. 24-21 Northwest. Hall has 5 points. And bringing it up the floor is Will Ingles for Kapaun. Now he dishes it off to Hutton. Mark Hutton, 0-0. At the free throw line, puts it up short. Rebounded that time by Jacob Schmitz, but he's fouled. Foul is on Jones. That's his second personal. He'll probably get replaced, and yes, indeed, Kamarian Thompson is headed for the scorer's table. He will replace Jones, I'm sure, after this first free throw. First one is up, rattles around, no good. And Jones comes out as anticipated. Thompson goes in. And the second free throw is good. 24-22 Northwest over Kapaun. 3:56 to go here in the first half. Northwest puts up a shot that rolls around, no good. Rebounded by Kapaun. They bring it down. Will Ingles will now pass it back out to Keaton Eberhardt, number 5, who's in the game. Snuck in when we weren't looking. There's one up. It's short. Rebounded by Hutton. It's short. And now a rebound by Smith. And here come the Grizzlies back 2-on-3. He puts it up. There is a foul. A whistle and a foul. Does the basket count? It does not. No basket on the play, but he will go to the line and shoot a pair with a chance to make it a 2-possession game. Smith's first one is no good. Rattles around and then rattles out. Kapaun substitutes a player as Woodward comes out and Javen Kennedy comes back in for the Crusaders. Smith trying to make 1 out of 2 here. And it's good. 25-22 Northwest. Smith leads all scorers with 8 points here in the first half. Kennedy bringing the ball up for the Crusaders, and a nice play there by Cups. He almost stole it, but unable to maintain control. And we have a timeout on the floor taken by the Crusaders. And we're going to go ahead and take it with them. So we're going to click on that. Click on that again. And click on cut. We'll be back.
Basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about
All right, we're back here at Kapaun Mt. Carmel. 3:10 left here in the first half. Kapaun with the ball. Ingles brings it up. Knocked out of play. It will stay with Kapaun. Nice play by Cups that time. And there's a three-pointer that's good by Eberhardt, and it's tied at 25. Smith with the ball for the Grizzlies. Passes it to Hall. Hall drives the paint, dishes one off. Cubs puts it up, but he's fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line, and he'll shoot a pair. And it's good. 26-25. That's Javen Dixon at the line now. I think I said it was Cups earlier. I had the wrong player. And he misses the second, makes 1 out of 2. Seems to be the story of the night so far. We'll hope to get some halftime stats here from Joanna Chadwick if she can make her way up here at halftime. Because I sure don't have them. Kapaun's shot rattles in and out, rebounded by the Grizzlies. Smith brings it up. Jalen Smith from the free throw line fakes, dishes it off to Hall. He puts it up. Gets his own shot back, puts it up again, still can't make it, and Crusaders come away with it, with a chance now to take the lead. Kennedy with it. Puts one up, and it's good. Kisses the glass, ball drops. Kennedy has 6 points. No, his first 2 points, And the Crusaders have their first lead in a while at 27-26. Ingles gets the loose ball. Brings it up. Harassed by Thompson. And Cups gets a hand on it, but he can't control it. Kennedy gets it for Kapaun. Ball put up that time by Schmitz, and he couldn't make it go. Ingles. Kennedy a three-pointer. Rattles in and out, no good. And who's going to get the rebound? Nobody, because we're going to have a foul instead, I think. Or did it go out of play? No, we have a foul called. And the foul is on Kennedy. Jalen Kennedy gets his first foul. Offensive foul, no shooting. Or are they? We are going to be shooting. It's a 1-and-1 opportunity here for the Grizzlies as Kapaun has 8 fouls now. Only 5 for the Grizzlies with 1:15 to go here in the first half. Javen Dixon will shoot a 1-and-1. Short and rebounded by Kapaun. The free throw line has not been very kind to Northwest here tonight. Now we have a timeout taken by head coach John Cherney of the Crusaders, so we're going to take one with them. Can you do it? You have to hit video clips here. Click on that and cut.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball.
It's a full minute. Wow, that was a quick timeout. We're back. We cut that one back. That's the shortest timeout I've ever seen. Evidently, there was something going on we didn't know about. Grizzlies miss a couple of opportunities here. Now Hutton puts one up. It's blocked. The rebound to Kennedy. He scores. Kapaun now leads by 3, and the Grizzlies need to get it going. They've let the first half get away. 30 seconds to go and change. Brees Hall puts one up. It's blocked on the way up. No foul. Kapaun has the ball. Kennedy, they'll probably play for one here. This one's intercepted by the Grizzlies, and it's intercepted right back by Kennedy, who lays it in for an easy 2-pointer, and now the deficit is 5. We have a blocking foul this time called on Kapaun Mount Carmel's Mitchell Woodward. It will be a 1-and-1 opportunity here with 6 seconds to go. And Jalen Smith needs to get a couple. narrow this lead. And he misses the front end again. They're 0 forever on the front end of 1-1 in this contest. Nice steal that time by Javen Dixon, but to no avail as the clock ran out. And we're at halftime, folks. Grizzlies trail 31-26 at the half. Stay with us. We are going to run that. We're going to run that ad again here. One more time. Hit cut.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You can. Okay. We're back, folks. The Pommies are about to perform. We're going to go ahead and listen to their number. You guys good? Excellent job, both of you. Great. I keep saying this isn't NBC. I think it is. Seem to be having a little problem with the music, folks. We're at halftime here at Kapaun Mt. Carmel, awaiting some music so the Pommies can perform. We're going to let you see their number. They're having a little technical problem getting the music started down there at the scorer's table. We hear noise. That's a good thing. the KMC Pommies performing their Christmas number here at halftime. Northwest and Kapaun Mt. Carmel. We congratulate the Pommies and their coach, Erica Pearson. And we also congratulate their head coach, Erica Pearson, who is also a newlywed. And we congratulate her and her husband. We're glad to have you with us, and I'm going to make one change here on the fly. Now, see, we've run the same clip 3 times. We're going to remove it, and we're going to do a different one here for the second half. We're going to do that one. Okay, and we'll hit open there, and it will appear there. Then you click it there, and when you hit cut, it will launch. Okay, and your cue to launch it is when I say, "This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball."
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Welcome back to Kapaun Mt. Carmel. Kevin Arkin with you, along with our engineer, Andrew Fisher, and our videographer, Greg Darnell. Both those guys did a great job here in the first half, especially for their first time out. I'm proud of both of our freshmen. You're both freshmen, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, great job, fellas. Super. Folks, this is something new, webcasting basketball. We've been doing soccer for a couple of years at Northwest for Bobby Bribieska's squad, and we're glad to do basketball. And I want to mention 2 things here very quickly before the teams come back out. First of all, this does not come at a cost. There is a cost involved financially to put these events on, and it's also a tremendous advertising opportunity for your business. So if you're within the sound of my voice and you would like to not only help the basketball program, because all of the proceeds are going to go to basketball. Yours truly doesn't get a dime. These 2 guys aren't getting a dime. We're all volunteers here, okay? The basketball team is the beneficiary, and in this age of budget cuts in public education here in Kansas, any opportunity to garnish additional revenues is extremely important. So if you'd like to advertise, you can leave me a message on the basketball Facebook page, or you can call me at 734-0057, 734-0057, or get with Coach Chadwick. Let him know. gchadwick at usd259.net is his email. Or you can email me. My email is real simple. redcard@cox.net. redcard@cox.net. Okay, we want to continue to bring basketball to you throughout the season. We've got 13 confirmed dates scheduled, and there may be more depending on the schedule of the Topeka tournament. We're going to talk to you. I was hoping to do this at halftime. We're not going to have enough time to go through all of this. We will tell you when our next game is. Our next webcast will be this coming Tuesday. We will travel to Heights High, Rick Wheeler and company, and we thank him for his hospitality. They will set us up, and we will do the varsity boys game from Heights High beginning at 7:15 with the pregame show with Coach Chadwick. Our countdown to tip-off begins at 7:15. Nice ears. And then, of course, the game will follow. And that will be our last webcast for 2017, as the teams will take the Christmas break off, and they will not play again until January 2nd when they are at home against East High. And I'm going to go back now and correct myself. Folks, don't go to Heights on Tuesday. It's a home game. We will be at home webcasting from Northwest Tuesday night, same time frame, 7:15 for the countdown to tip-off, and then the game at 7:30. Okay, now that I've messed that up sufficiently. You're going to go to third. There you go. And you've already done that. And that's a toggle to start and stop. Okay. Our freshmen have traded places here for the second half, and our engineer is going to be Andrew Fisher now. And he has some big shoes to fill. Okay. But he's told me he can handle it. He went to handler's school. Okay. And the first thing you're going to do after you start the clock, you'll change the possession arrow. Okay. Because that will change as soon as there's an inbound. Northwest will get the ball to start the second half. Smith has it, inbounds it to Hall, and we're underway here in half number 2. Kapaun Mt. Carmel and your Northwest Grizzlies live from Kapaun. And again, we want to thank head coach and athletic director John Cherney III for his hospitality. You know, I'm so confident in you guys, I'm going to stand up, which is what I wanted to do to start with. Jones passes it off. Thompson puts one up. It's short. Rebounded that time by Woodward. And here comes Kapaun Mt. Carmel back. On the near side, Jack Barrier, number 2. Being guarded. And, the ball was taken away, but a foul called on Thompson. Got him on the arm. We thought we had a clean steal. That's his first foul, and the first foul of the second half for either team. Jalen Smith leads all scorers with 8. Kapaun's leading scorer is Woodward. He has 7. And right behind him, Hutton has 6. Barrier puts one up off the glass. No good. Rebound to Kapaun. Up, and it misses. And finally, it's Javen Dixon rebounding for the Grizzlies. And down it comes. Thompson puts it in. Thompson has 6, and it's 31-28. Grizzlies trail by 3. Woodward for Kapaun. Grizzlies need to play some solid defense, and there's a nice rebound for the Grizzlies by Javen Dixon. He sends it off to Smith. Smith back to Dixon. Hall driving the baseline, now dishes it out. And there's a long 3. Good! And we're tied at 31. A 3-pointer that time by Javen Dixon. And Dixon has 6 points. Kapaun Mt. Carmel. Bringing the ball up. Hutton puts one up off the glass, and it's good for 2. He has 9. 8, I'm sorry. He has 8. And it's 33-31 Kapaun. Smith to Hall. Hall's going to bring it back out and reset the offense here for Northwest. Smith dishes it to Jones. Jones on the far side to Thompson. Marion Thompson to Smith. Smith puts it up, and it's good for 2, and we're tied again at 33. And Smith is the first one in double figures. He has 10. On the near side, Woodward driving, puts it up. Ball was partially blocked, rebounded by Smith. Smith brings it up, almost traveled with it. There's a little bump and run, nothing going on. Basket in and out, ball in and out, rebounded by Kapaun. Here comes Jack Barrier with it. Barrier sends it in deep. Woodward with it. He almost threw it away. Solid defense being played by the Grizzlies. Jack Barrier brings it all the way back out. He'll start it over. Almost an over and back that time. And it is over and back, and it's a turnover. Northwest gets the ball on the over and back call. Grizzlies will inbound from the far side. Jalen Smith will do the honors. He sends it in deep. Dixon back out to Hall. Brees Hall with it. Drives, puts it up, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Dixon. Up and is good. Yes, count the basket and a foul. Javen Dixon gets the basket, draws the foul. He'll shoot 1 here with 4:35 remaining. here in the second half, on the third quarter, excuse me. The free throw is good. The lead is 3 for the Grizzlies. Dixon has 9 points. Here comes Kapaun back. And a turnover. It'll go to the Grizzlies. And we have a substitution as Kennedy comes in for Kapaun. And also coming in for Kapaun is number 14, Will Engels again. We never did set the lineup here for the Grizzlies. Let's do it real quick. In the game for the Grizzlies right now are Smith, Thompson, Jones, Javen Dixon, and Brees Hall. Ball goes up, count the basket, yes! And a foul. Foul is called on Scott Valentis. That's his third personal. Second team foul in the half. Brees Hall will go to the line to shoot one. Ball is up, and it's good. 6-point lead for the Grizzlies. Largest lead of the night. Brees Hall with 8 points now. Balanced scoring for your Grizzlies. Jack Barrier with it for Kapaun. On the near side, Will Engels driving the paint. Got fouled in the process. I believe they're calling a foul on. Let's see what they're doing. I'm not going to presuppose it. Yes, they did call a foul on Javen Dixon. That's his first to go with his 9 points. Kapaun will inbound under their own basket. And back out it comes. Hutton with it now. 0-0 over to Barrier. Jack Barrier driving for Kapaun. Kennedy now. Puts it up. Wide left. Rebounded that time by Dixon. Here comes Smith with it for Northwest. Under the basket. Dishes it off. Thompson puts it up. In and out. No good. Rebound to Kapaun. And Thompson lost his shoe in the process as Kapaun scores the basket. He's playing without a shoe, folks, and they're finally going to stop play now and give him a chance to put his footwear back on. 39-35, Grizzlies lead. 3:22 remaining here in the third. So glad to have you all joining us here on Grizzly Basketball on the World Wide Web. If you're watching this live, thank you for joining us live. Please tell your friends. We'd love to have more and more of you joining us live. If you're watching the podcast, glad you did. Thanks for joining us on the podcast. There's a two-pointer up and no good, and a foul going over the back that time by Javen Dixon, and he knew it. That's his second. It's his second foul in about a minute, so he's going to take a seat, and he will be replaced by Marquise Wilson, number 25. Marquise has not scored in this game yet. Perhaps we will change that here on their next possession. 3 minutes to go. Third quarter. Grizzlies by 4. Barrier being harassed. And I mean harassed tough. And nice job that time by Zion Jones. Almost forced a throwaway. Very, very tight marking here by the Grizzlies. Up over Smith. It's good by Kennedy. Kennedy has 8, and the lead is down to 2. They led by 6 a moment ago. But 2 uncontested baskets by the Grizzlies have cut the margin. Up and good that time. Very good. And look who's on the board, Marquise Wilson. And we have a timeout called, I believe, by Northwest. So we're going to try and take it with them as soon as Andrew is ready. Okay, video clips, highlight it. And at the cue, this is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Back at Kapaun Mt. Carmel, Grizzlies lead by 4 here in the third quarter. They took a full timeout. We did not take a full timeout with them. We only took a 30-second timeout. We're on the air next Tuesday night. We're going to go home. Are you guys going to do this Tuesday night? Huh? Well, consider yourselves asked. Okay? I'd love to have you guys do it Tuesday. You guys are good. All right, we've got our crew for Tuesday. Kapaun will inbound the ball. 2:10 remaining in the third. Barrier brings it up. Over on the near side, Woodward back to Barrier. Barrier for 3 is short. Rebounded by Kennedy. And nice steal that time by the Grizzlies. Brees Hall has it, double teamed on him, and it's knocked out of play. It should belong to Northwest, and it does. Grizzlies will keep the ball. And head coach Chadwick down there also helping referee the game as he indicated which way the ball should go. Northwest with it, Jalen Smith. Thompson over here on the near side to Jones. And Brees Hall now. Hall driving, puts it up. It's good. Hall has 10 points. He and 2 others in the game with 10 to lead all scorers. And the lead is back up to 6 here for the Grizzlies. And a whistle on the play. What do we have? We have a foul called on Brees Hall. That's his second. He may get subbed out. Coming out now is Zion Jones. He's coming out, and coming in for him is Jordan Trotter, number 15. And also coming out, Jalen Smith. I didn't see who went in for him. We'll get that for you in a moment. As soon as they put it up. That would be, I have no idea who went in for him. Looks like they brought Javen Dixon back in when Smith came out. And we have a foul called on Thompson. That's his second. And going to the line to shoot a pair is Jacob Schmitz for Kapaun. First one is good, nothing but net. Cuts the margin to 5. 1:01 remaining, third quarter. And he rattles them both down. The margin is 4. 43-39, your Grizzlies lead. Now we have Smith coming back in and Brees Hall coming out, which is what I expected. And coming in for Kapaun is Eberhardt, and he will replace Jack Barrier. So now you have your lineup set for the resumption of play with 1 minute to go. Grizzlies will bring it forward. Been a good, exciting contest here at Kapaun, as they always are. Smith to the free throw line. Now dishes it out to Thompson, back to Smith, and he'll reset it. Smith tried to put it up. 2 guys blocked it, and I think one of them fouled him. And they indeed did. He will go to the line and shoot a pair. Mark Hutton is the guilty party. That's only his first foul here in this contest. And the first one rattles up and no good. Free throw shooting has not been our forte here in this contest today. Second one is good, however. 44-39, 5-point lead for the Grizzlies, and 11 points for Smith. 27 seconds to go here. Kapaun will probably go for one unless they get an easy shot like this one. But it's blocked, and on the way up he's fouled. We'll be shooting free throws here. I believe that is, it is. It's number 25, Marquise Wilson. That's his first foul. And at the line to shoot free throws is Ryan McCulley. And his first one misses. Ryan McCulley has no points tonight. Trying to break the Schneider. And he does. He gets 1 out of 2. The lead is 4 again with 15 seconds to go. Grizzlies will play for 1. As we set it up here for the fourth quarter. Three-pointer, good! At the buzzer! And it makes the score 47-40 at the end of 3 quarters. We're going to take a 30-second timeout so I can catch my breath. We'll be back. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
We're at the end of the third quarter here at Kapaun Mt. Carmel, and the Grizzlies have their biggest lead of the night at 7 points going into the fourth quarter. They came back in a fury last night at Bishop Carroll. They outscored the Golden Eagles 17-4 in the fourth quarter last night. So we're certainly hoping for another night just like that here tonight. Head coach Brian Chadwick has his troops motivated. Kapaun will inbound. And we are underway here in the fourth quarter. A three-pointer goes up for Kapaun, and just like that, they've cut the lead back. Woodward gets a 3, and the lead is down to 4. I guess it's a good thing we got that three-pointer at the end of the third quarter. Smith puts one up. Doesn't go anywhere, and it's rebounded by Woodward. Woodward loses a loose ball. Dixon goes up, can't make it go. Loose ball picked up this time by Smith. Smith might just want to settle the troops down here and get a play going. And a foul called. Nice play that time by Smith to draw the foul on Eberhardt. That's the fourth team foul of the second half for the Crusaders. The Grizzlies are at 6, so they'll be shooting free throws at our next foul. Here comes Kapaun bringing it up the floor. And a long one, another 3 by Woodward. They can't leave that guy uncontested. That's all there is to it. He has narrowed the lead to 1. Reese Hall drops it. And the lead is back to 3, 49-46. Barrier brings it up for Kapaun. My gosh, that's NBA range, and it just almost went for Woodward. He almost had his third 3 in the last minute. Another uncontested shot. They've got to defend that. Smith to Cups, over to Thompson. Thompson puts up a 3. Rattles around, no good. Rebounded by Kapaun. Valentis gets it for the Crusaders, and here comes Barrier bringing it up for Kapaun. Very vocal crowd here at Kapaun Mt. Carmel tonight. There's a 2-pointer, and it's good. Lead is 1. Mark Hutton has 12. Smith has 14 to lead all scorers. Reese Hall was mercifully harassed, but that's okay because who gets the three-pointer? Javen Dixon. And Dixon has a dozen. Barrier now. Another three for Woodward and another undefended shot. They got to get in that guy's face. Cups with it to Smith. I'm sorry, that was Thompson, excuse me. And now what do we have? We have a travel. Turn it over. Haven't had a lot of turnovers by the Grizzlies tonight, but that certainly was one on the travel. And it will be Kapaun basketball. Hutton brings it up for Kapaun. And that one is short. Rebounded by Dixon. And Woodward puts up another three, but it missed everything. On the rebound, though, is Hutton. And that's two. And just like that, the Kapaun Crusaders have taken the lead away from our Grizzlies again. 14 points to lead all scorers for Hutton. A timeout called by Northwest. We'll keep it right here this time. Remind you that we're on the air Tuesday night from home. We'll be at Northwest. The Heights Falcons will come in. Joe Auer and company will come into Northwest with the countdown to tip-off show at 7:15 and the game scheduled for 7:30. So we're on the air at 7:15 Tuesday night from Northwest High. .446 remaining. 53-52. Kapaun leads. Kapaun has 14 fouls. Northwest has 6. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining in the contest. On the floor for your Grizzlies. Smith, Cups, Thompson, Dixon, and Hall. It rattles in and out, rebounded by Kapaun. Thought they were going to blow a whistle. They did not. Woodward puts one up, and Woodward is on fire. He has 18 points to lead all scorers, and he's gotten 10 of them in the last 2 minutes. And there's one for Smith. Smith gets it back within one. 55-54. Eberhardt with it. To Woodward. Smith all over Woodward now. And Hutton does a little dance in the paint. Gets by everybody, puts one up. He's got 16, and the lead is 3 for Kapaun. Northwest led by as many as 7. They led by 7 at the end of the third quarter, and they've been outscored by 10 here in the fourth. So far it's an exact reverse of last night. They need to come and get it back. Here's Smith for 3, missing. Rebound will go out of bounds, and it'll belong to Kapaun. Kapaun will inbound it. Valentis will do the honors. Each coach is setting their squads where they want them. Thompson was guarding. Now here comes Valentis bringing it forward for Woodward into the paint for Hutton. Hutton backs it off. Hutton can't get by Smith. Does put it up. Misses. Rebound will go to Dixon. Dixon will send it up to Thompson, and here comes Northwest back 2-on-2. Oh, nice tip in that time by Brees Hall. And we're back within 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got a big 3 minutes left here. At least. Grizzlies trail by 1. Eberhardt with the ball. Northwest needs to get a stop here. Woodward, uncontested three is good. Deja vu all over again. He's got 21. Smith, up and good. Grizzlies trail by a bucket. Smith has 18 points to lead Northwest. Eberhardt brings it up. Now here's Woodward. This is a 2, but it's short. Cups will bring it forward for Northwest. Shamir in the paint, puts it up, misses. A nice rebound tip to Brees Hall. Brees into the paint. He puts it up. He's fouled on the way up. He'll shoot a pair. With 1:38 to go, we got a chance to tie it here. Brees Hall has 14 points. He'll be shooting 2. He misses the first. Well, we're not going to tie it on this possession. We have substitution coming in for Kapaun Mt. Carmel. Kennedy will return. Valentis will come out. Thought I saw somebody coming in for... Yeah, Thompson is out of the game. I didn't see who came in for him. Hall scores. It's a 1-point game. Northwest takes a timeout. Andrew, let's take it with them. This is Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
With our engineer, Andrew Fisher, and videographer, Greg Darnell, Kevin Arkin with you from Kapaun Mt. Carmel. We're in a timeout. Northwest trails Kapaun 60-59, and what a barn burner game this has been. At the end of 3 quarters, the Grizzlies led by 7, and Kapaun came storming back, all in the hands of Mitchell Woodward, who has 21 points in the game, and I think 11 in this quarter. On 3 threes and a 2. He has just been on fire. And he's also got 2 misses this quarter. So they've been getting the ball to him for sure. And he's actually going to do the inbound chores. 1:38 to go now in the 4th quarter. We wouldn't have overtime here, would we? Over here on the near side. Barrier has it. Sends it back to Eberhard. To Kennedy. Kennedy looking for some help. Eberhardt comes back out. Northwest playing a zone. Now we have a ball going out of bounds off of Kapaun. It will belong to Northwest. And here's a chance for Northwest to take the lead back. Unbelievable game. Great game. Smith drives the paint, puts it up, rattles in and out, no good, and a rebound to Eberhard for Kapaun, and here come the Crusaders back. What an opportunity that would have been had it dropped. Oh, Woodward didn't shoot a 3. This is indeed a historic occasion. Barrier has it, sends it out here to Eberhard. And a foul that time on Jalen Smith. That's only his 2nd foul. But it puts Kapaun in the 1-and-1 bonus. So you see that little thing right there? That. Yeah. Click it till it turns yellow. Okay? That puts the bonus up there for Kapaun. Eberhard, 1-and-1 time. Makes the first one. And that may be one of the differences in this game. We did not make a single front end of a 1-and-1 in this game. Kapaun only has 5 fouls. They still have 1 to give. Eberhard puts the 2nd one up. He makes them both. Eberhard with 5 points for Kapaun. But more importantly, Grizzlies down by 3. 62-59 Kapaun. Brees Hall with it. Jalen Smith. Smith puts it up for 3. Short. Gets his own rebound, brings it back over. Drives under the basket, shoots it out. Dixon puts it up. Good! We're tied 62! And the Northwest faithful are going crazy. 5 seconds to go. Last shot time for Kapaun. It's up. No good. We're in overtime. Holy cow. Who'd have thunk it? We're at the end of regulation, and excuse me for shouting, folks, but it's 62 apiece. We're going to take another timeout. And come back with your overtime. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Okay, we're trying to regain our sanity here at Kapaun Mt. Carmel, ladies and gentlemen. 62 apiece. We are in overtime. You know, I've been in this building behind this microphone when Kapaun Mt. Carmel and Bishop Carroll went into 5 overtimes before Kapaun finally pulled it out. I mean, credit to Kapaun for coming back in the fourth quarter after being 7 down going in, but credit your Grizzlies because your Grizzlies hung in there and they also came back late in the fourth quarter. Grizzlies will get the ball first, I believe. Who gets the ball? We do. Grizzlies will. Oh no, they're going to do a tip. That's right. I don't know what am I thinking of? My bad. So we're going to do a tip here like it's the beginning of the game, which is what we should do on all held balls, by the way. But we're going to play a 4-minute overtime period, folks. And who gets the ball? Ball looks like it went out of play. So whose ball is it? Oh, they stopped play because Jameer Cups hit his head on a bleacher as the ball went out. It is the Crusaders' ball. Touched last by Northwest before it went out, so they will get the ball. The possession arrow will switch over to us. And Kapaun will get first crack at the basket. Great time, of course, for Northwest to make a stop here. Woodward is now double teamed. I think they figured that out. Eberhardt for 3. God, he puts it in. Keaton Eberhardt gets his first 3-pointer of the game. He's got 8 points now. And there's one right back for Northwest as Zion Jones puts it in. He's got 5 points. We're tied at 65. Eberhardt feeds it into Woodward. Woodward over the top gets it in for 2. And we have a timeout called by John Cherney and Kapaun Mt. Carmel. And we're going to keep it right here during the timeout while we give a little instruction for the teams. You're right. On the timeouts?
About one more.
Yeah, each team gets another timeout in overtime, and I didn't know if you had changed that or not. So I'm just making that observation. Good job. Folks, I couldn't say more about our broadcast crew tonight. These two guys, the young men, have done a great job up here tonight. In hostile territory here at Kapaun Mt. Carmel. I hope you're enjoying the sights and sounds of this one, or at least the sights thereof. Been a great game tonight, played by both teams. Hang on just a moment. Hey, you. Oh, it's good. Good to see you. Had to hug the opposition, sorry. Okay, we're coming out of our timeout here. And it'll be Grizzly basketball. They trail by 2. Oh, intercepted by the Crusaders, Hutton, and he just lays it in, and that was a huge mistake for the Grizzlies. Now they need to keep their composure. Here comes Cups getting a pass from Hall. Cups feeds it in underneath, and Jones is uncontested for the layup. And it's a 2-point game again. 2:45 remaining. First overtime. Eberhardt brings it up for the Crusaders. Almost had it picked away that time by Jalen Smith, but it'll stay with Kapaun. Foul situation, 7 for Northwest, 5 for Kapaun. Kapaun still has a foul to give here in overtime. Eberhardt with it. Over on the far side, he gives it to Barrier. Barrier now to Woodward. Woodward, top of the key. Turns around in the paint, fires one good. 71-67 Kapaun. Here comes Northwest back. Grizzlies on the far side. Smith takes the 3. Rattles in and out, no good. Didn't look very comfortable with that 3. The rebound goes to Dixon, and they've called a held ball. It will belong to Northwest on the alternating possession rule. Arguably the dumbest rule in basketball. Now we have a timeout taken, I believe. Kapaun Mt. Carmel takes a timeout. We'll keep it right here during the timeout. We'll give you the game reset here. We have a minute 53 remaining in overtime. 71-67, Kapaun leads Northwest. Grizzlies led by as many as 7, trailed by as many as 6. Been a lot of back and forth action here at Kapaun Mt. Carmel. No. That's the clock you're looking at. Is it? Yeah, that's the timeout clock, not the game clock. So I think you were right before. I think you were real close. This is an unusual scoreboard. Not only does it post stats of the players who were in the game, but it also plays down the time of the timeout. And they took a full timeout. I think they took a 60-second timeout. The classroom never ends, ladies and gentlemen. The instruction continues here, and I'll tell you what, we got 2 quick learners up here tonight. And Andrew Fisher and Greg Darnell. Great job, guys. We're going to put a headset on Fisher next game. He may not say much, but he'll hear a lot. .142 is the official time remaining in the first overtime. Grizzlies are down by 2 scores. They have 3 timeouts left. Kapaun only has 1. You need to change that to 1. There you go. Now we're right. Awesome. Grizzlies are back on the floor. Now they changed it back to 153, which is what we had it at before. They should have listened to us in the first place. We're all over it up here in the box, folks. Okay, Woodward will inbound for Kapaun. Barrier has it. He'll get it back to Woodward. They almost threw it away. But they do control it. And up to Woodward again now. Back, and it's taken away by Northwest. Here's Smith with it. Will he go up? No, he's going to dish it out to Cups. Cups puts up a three. Good! Three-pointer for Cups, and we're down by one. And now they've blown a whistle, and what do we have here? We have a foul, I believe. Foul's on Cups. Too bad. That was a good play. Good play in getting the ball, even if it was a bad play in getting the man. And because of the 1-and-1, we will be shooting free throws here. And it will be Woodward shooting the free throws. In and out, no good. That's the first 1-and-1 miss by Cape in the night. Couldn't come at a better time for us. Here comes Jalen Smith. Down by a point. He's going to pull it back out and take his time. Don't pull it out too far. Now we have a foul called on Mark Hutton. And again, Capen had a foul to give, so that's really not a bad foul. Okay, everybody's shooting free throws now the rest of the way. 1:12 remaining in overtime. Northwest will inbound. Comes into Hall. Hall driving forward around the back over here to Cups. Cups back out to Hall. Hall goes up. Nice touch, drops it. We got the lead. 72-71 Northwest. Less than a minute to go in overtime. Capen with the ball. Grizzlies need a stop. The crowd has come to life for both teams. Barrier with it, being guarded by Jones. Over to Hutton, being guarded by Smith. Hutton under the basket, dishes one off, it goes out of play. Northwest basketball. 30 seconds to go. The Grizzlies will inbound. Look for a foul very quickly here. Hutton guarding Smith. Smith bringing it up. Nice job by Smith. Up and no good. Rebound no good. Loose ball. Held ball. Held ball. Is that what they're going to call? Yes. They call a held ball. I believe it is. I don't know whose ball is it here. Is it Cape? It's Capen basketball, I believe. No, they're giving it to Northwest. I'm wrong. Northwest with the ball and the lead. 18.5 to go. In overtime. Cups with it. They're going to have to foul him, and they do. Will Engels commits the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And if it wasn't intentional, I'll eat my hat. 16 and a half to go and a timeout called on the floor. It's a full timeout. And it's being called by somebody. Didn't see who they signaled it to. It doesn't matter. It's signaled to Capen. Full timeout. We're going to keep it right here. Because you're tired of seeing the same PSA over and over. So we'll give you a little self-commercial here and remind you that we're on the air Tuesday night, 7:15 with countdown to tip-off with head coach Brian Chadwick. Hopefully I'll have my voice back by then. And then tip-off scheduled for 7:30. Wow, what a barn burner game, folks. 72-71, Grizzlies lead. We're in overtime. And Northwest has the ball. The only thing we could ask for now would be for the clock to run out. Clock runs out. Northwest goes home with a W. If they win tonight, they sweep the Holy War. Oh, I forgot we were shooting free throws. That's my bad. Cups is on the line to shoot 1-and-1. We have not made the front end of a 1-and-1 tonight. This is our time. It's up. Good! And the Grizzlies lead by a pair. It's still going to be a one-possession game regardless. Just need to keep it out of Hutton's hands. Not Woodward's hands, I mean. Here's the second one. It's up, and it's good. It's a 3-point lead with 16.5 to go, and a timeout is called by Northwest. We're just going to keep it here and let you soak in the atmosphere, folks. Kapaun has one timeout left. Northwest has two. 74-71. Leading scorers for Northwest are Smith with 18. Brees Hall has 17. And with 15 points over there, I'm losing my voice and I'm losing my marbles, too. Javen Dixon, I couldn't remember his first name to save my life. Javen Dixon has 50 for the Grizzlies. Big scorers for Kapaun are Mark Hutton with 18 and Mitchell Woodward, who has 25. He's got a boatload. Pardon me, folks. I am losing my voice. Kapaun Mt. Carmel will be coming back to Northwest to play the back end of this home and away on February 13th, and that is a webcast game. We will be there, bringing it to you live. We got a lot to do in between before we see this bunch again, but this will be our only visit to Kapaun Mt. Carmel this year. Girls won the first game. Boys trying to go for the sweep in the Holy War. Kapaun with the ball. On the far side is Barrier. Now Hutton, 10 seconds to go. Hutton, top of the key. To Barrier. Barrier, double team, looking to get rid of it. Here's a three-point attempt. Short in it. The Grizzlies win. Grizzlies win. Grizzlies win, 74-71. Let's take one more timeout, and then we're going to wrap this puppy up. We'll be back in just a minute. This is Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on three factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Okay. Tell him I'll stall till he gets here if he wants to do it. I can stall. If he wants to, for an interview. Ask him if he wants to come up for an interview. We're going to try and get Coach Chadwick to come up here. I know he's super busy right now. But if he's willing to tear himself away, even if we have to wait, we're going to do that. We're going to stay on the air with you until we can get him up here live. 74-71, Grizzlies win. What a barn burner here at Kapaun Mt. Carmel tonight, and what an effort by your Grizzlies. Unbelievable, indeed. Now, on the chance that he's going to say yes, I'm going to get a different microphone ready. Bear with me here while I do a little house cleaning if I can. He's coming up, so stay with me. There we go. Andrew, your job is to put the camera on the coach. See that? See if you can swing that around and get it on us. If you need to raise or lower it, pull the trigger, and you can adjust it a height. It's on NBC. It's okay. Welcome to an unexpected post-game show, folks. Head coach Brian Chadwick, congratulations.
Thank you, Kevin.
Say your name right.
Thank you, Kevin.
I have no voice left.
No worries.
What a game.
Great game. Great game. The boys fought hard, played with intensity, passion. I just love it. They left it on the floor.
They did indeed. It was just a wonderful, wonderful effort all the way around, and congratulations on a big win. Your team is 2-2.
2-2, yes, sir.
Ready to take on Heights at home on Tuesday.
Hey, it's a big game for us. We're just going to enjoy this one right now, and Monday we'll talk about Heights.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. I won't keep because I know you want to talk to the boys, but thanks for the quick trip up here. And
thank you, Kevin, for doing the webcast. We really appreciate it.
well, we'll see how it turned out. Actually, you know who the two guys that get the credit are the two guys who are not on camera, and that's Andrew
and Greg Darnell.
Gosh, they did a great job.
Yes. Hey, those are my boys. They take care of us.
You watch this thing on the web tomorrow when it's posted.
I
I've already told them that's their homework. They have to watch some of their work.
Yes, they do.
And I've already told them I want them up there on Tuesday.
There we go.
Thank
you. They got a job. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Kevin.
Congratulations on a great W. Head coach Brian Chadwick on our post-game interview. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. Why don't you put that back down on the KMC logo because I don't want to be on any more than I am. And I'm going to just wrap this up by telling you, oh, no, wait, we got somebody else to talk to. Oh, this is the person who stiffed me at halftime.
I'm so sorry, I forgot. I was working the concessions. I was working really hard.
Well, we'll just visit with you anyway.
No problem.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is Laurel Lujano, who is, among other things, she is an assistant girls soccer coach here at Kapaun Mt. Carmel. She works with Anthony Cantelli. Yep. She's also a former student here and a former player here. And I still remember doing a webcast with you in goal in penalty kicks in the Titan Classic.
Oh, man, I do remember that game. That was a fun game.
And I think I almost blew the mic out when you made the game-winning save.
I remember that. That was a lot of fun because I had just come off my freshman year. I didn't play, so I had an ACL tear. So I came off and I came back and we didn't have a goalie, so coach was like, you want to play? So I said, sure. And it worked out. So I was very, very happy with that season. We got second at state, I think.
Second at state that year. That was a great that was a great season. And, of course, we all miss Alan Shepard so badly.
Oh, yes, definitely. He's given me more opportunities that I could even imagine, and he's gone. So, but I love him to death, and it's awesome that I can still do his work and be at Kapaun and still, do what he wanted to do. So I love it. I'm glad for him, yeah.
Tell us what you're doing besides coaching with Cantelli.
I'm coaching with Cantelli, and I'm also a lifeguard at the Andover Y right now. I have 1 semester away from WSU for my undergrad, so I'm super excited about that. And then I also coach club on the side, an FC Kansas club that Alan started, and I'm also with the Sporting Wichita club as well.
You are very busy with soccer then.
I'm very busy. I want to be a coach, so I think I'm going to pursue that as my career path, and I'm super excited that I got the opportunity to come back, and Alan made that happen, so it's great.
You will make a great coach.
Thank you so much. I'm trying really hard.
No question about it. We're going to get out of here because our time allotment is just about up.
That's fine.
I'm glad you came up.
Thank you so much.
It's so great to see you again.
It's so nice to see you too. Thank you so much.
I will tell you the one thing is, as a parting comment, I don't go to the Andover Y. I go to the downtown Y.
Yeah.
None of the lifeguards down at the downtown Y are as nice as you are.
Oh, yes. I'm so glad you said that. Tell my boss.
Yeah, I'll get you a raise.
Due for a raise, yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura Lujano, for stopping up here.
Yes.
We're going to wrap it up here, and we're going to call it quits as well. I'm going to, on behalf of Andrew Fisher and Greg Darnell, who did a great job tonight as engineers and videographers. We'll all be back here on Tuesday at Northwest as Heights comes in to take on the Grizzlies in a big, big City League contest. Until Tuesday, we wish all of you a good weekend. One more time, final score, your Grizzlies win 74-71 at Kapaun Mt. Carmel. For everyone else, have a great weekend and good night from KMC. Oh, it's so good to see you.
I know, it's so good to see you,
I can't tell you how much I miss you guys.
I know, it was so fun.